Hey guys, welcome to another BIM Everyday tutorial. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a slope in a floor slab, just like this one here. So this could work if you have a balcony or a water slide. You know, the world's your oyster here. So switch over to this family and we'll start over. So first thing you want to do is create a new family. And being that floors are a system family, you can't actually pick a floor category. So you want to just do generic model. So scroll on down and just select generic model with nothing else. Hit open and here you are, blank generic model. So we only need three parameters, a width, a depth, and a length. So first we'll do the width first with this reference plane. So just draw it anywhere, doesn't matter, as long as it's straight down. And throw a dimension on there from the insertion point to the new reference plane. Select the dimension and go up to label and click add parameter. Now this is going to be our width, so just type in width here. And depending on how many you have, you may want to do type or instance, but for this instance we shall do an instance, and this will allow us to change the width and any other dimension on the fly. You don't have to create all different types. So hit OK, and now let's just test this out, where if I select this and type in something else, great, that moves. Then I want to go over to the left view or the right, doesn't matter, and I want to draw two more reference planes. So go to create reference plane and just draw one straight down here. That'll be our length, and draw one over here which will be our depth. So we want to throw some dimensions on. So go from here to here, and from this center point to the horizontal reference plane. So like I said, this is going to be the length of the slope, and so put in length and make that an instance, and this is our depth, so just give this another parameter and call that depth, and be nice here and just even these out. I'll make this 5, and doesn't really matter, but whatever you want. The point is you can change it at will. So next what we actually want to do is the geometry. So if we switch back over to our floor here, you can see how really what this is a void. So we want to really do we want to draw the geometry of what we're going to be cutting out, which is why I have this depth here going down. So hop on over to create and go to void forms and void extrusion. Then what you want to do is pick lines, and we're going to pick, or make sure you're on lock here, so that way you don't have to throw in extra dimensions. So hit tab so you get the reference plane that's already here, and then the end reference plane here, and you can see they're both locked. Then what you want to do is draw a slope from this corner to this corner, and then just use your trim and clean this up. So whenever I make a family, I always want to turn on the automatic sketch dimension. So if you go to the visibility graphics, turn this on and hit OK, you can see you get these two dimensions that are at 0. So all this means is that Revit's assuming that you actually want this corner and this corner to be aligned. But that works for us, but let's just double check and actually use the align tool so that this will go away. So if you could see, I click the bottom reference plane and then hover over the corner, and you'll get this tiny blue dot. So just click and align, and you'll see that disappears. So we'll do the same thing here. Hit escape, and that's pretty much it. So just finish that. Then go back to your plan view, and you can see here, this is what you would see in the floor plan once you put it in. So this has no relation to this, so you want to also align the actual extrusion to the reference plane. So click the reference plane first and hover over this so that the edge of it highlights blue, and just click and lock. And now we can change our parameters, or flex as the kids are calling it, and make sure that the shape changes. So let's say this is 3 feet, put in 4, great, look at that. And then we'll try the same thing here. The length, you can click the dimension and just type anything else in. Wow, isn't that exciting? Perfect. So you always want to save this, so give it a fun name like slope or the Slopeinator, whatever you want, and just load it in. So I'm gonna actually just put this, actually, you know what, I skipped over something. Let's back it on up. What you want to do here is the magic happens with this little button here, cuts with voids when loaded. So you click that, and obviously anything that's a void in this family will cut whatever you're putting it against. So, and you also want to do work plane based. That will allow you to set up a relationship between this family and the floor you're going to put it on. That's pretty much it. If you don't have your properties opened up, you can also click this nifty button here with the yellow folder, and you have the same options down here: work plane based and cuts with voids when loaded. So just hit OK and load this in. Okay, I'm gonna delete this one because that was the previous one, and now I want to just place my component that I just loaded in, and that was family 2, which you can see right here. So change this to place on face, and you can see you can really put it anywhere, but it's always going to be horizontal because that's a setting in the family that it's always vertical. So just click anywhere on here, and look at that. That's strange. So hop on over to, you can do this in plan, or you can just do this in the 3D view, but just go to the top view and sort of move this into position. And you can see here, oh, what you want to do is actually cut it. So click on modify, go to cut, select the floor, and then your family, and there you go. Now you have this slope here, but you want to move it into position. So go back to the top view and just use your move tool, and you should be able to snap to it. Perfect. So let's see what the size of this is. So let's say this is a balcony. It's 5 feet out by 10 feet. And that should give your structural engineer a fun time figuring this one out. So just change everything to match. So my width of this balcony is 10 feet. So right over here, just put in 10 feet. And the length is 5. So just put 5 here. And this actually, you know, the insertion point was here, so it push this way, so all you gotta do is just move it a foot back, you know, and again, whatever your dimensions are. And you can see here that's obviously too thin, so where is the depth? Let's go back for a second. Look at that. So I didn't make this an instance parameter, so just check this instance parameter. See, I just did that, see if you're paying attention, and load it back in. Now when you select it again, you'll see that the depth appears here, and you can change this to what you want. Let's say this is 2 inches. And there you go. You got a little slant here. Let's get rid of these. Who cares? And there you go. If you want to take it to the max, you know, whatever you want. 6 inches. Look at that. Shed water like there's no tomorrow. Alright guys, I think that's it. So if you like this video, please be sure to like it or subscribe. And if you didn't like it, that's too bad. I did a nice job, I think. And see you next time.